guys, I want to share a positive story with you about a guy who is not insane, but actually wants to change the world and make it a better place for all of us. You see, he has always wanted an electric car, but there was no way he could afford it, and he went ahead and got a Prius, a Toyota Prius, and he read about converting them into plug-in hybrid vehicles where you can actually use electricity to charge a battery, and that battery could run the car for part of the day. And everybody around him thought he was a nut, except his wife and his friends, and they all told him that it was silly and it wouldn't work. So he did some research. It was going to be expensive and he couldn't afford it, so he stuck with it and kept his dream alive. And it's a lot like weight loss, you know, you got to stick with things. Well, anyway, month after month he'd put a few $100 aside, or $20 a month, and buy a part and start the conversion. And he started cutting on his car, and he did look and realize there was no way he could afford it, but he had a windfall of some cash, and one day he was able to actually get his car converted into a plug-in hybrid vehicle. And I gotta tell you, it's amazing. You know, he went from wanting it to actually getting it, and he gets over 100 miles per gallon in that car because he's using, as he says, clean domestic wind power that he buys from a utility grid, and he plugs in at night, and he puts that energy into his car. In the morning when he goes to work, he uses it to go to work, and the gas engine hardly ever starts. Of course, in the middle of the night, if he wants to go to Vegas, he can still go because there's a gas engine in the car and you always fill up with gas. But he says that, you know, electricity is always domestic and it's getting cleaner all the time. And he uses wind power. And oil is sometimes foreign, and sometimes the money to buy that oil goes to people who want to hurt you and me. He says it's just as much about the environment as our health. I mean, do we really want to take gas and put it in our engines and throw it out our tailpipes for all of our family to breathe? I mean, it doesn't sound like the best use for oil. On the other hand, electricity, it could come from coal plants. But you could also make it on the roof of your house if you wanted. So anyway, he wanted to go about changing the world. So what he did was he studied and learned some more, and one day he got the opportunity to convert a Ford Escape, which is an SUV. It's a big SUV, has 5 passengers, and it gets over 50 miles to the gallon when it's converted. Everybody thought he was crazy. He went into business. He's converted over 12 SUVs and I think over 4 Priuses now into plug-in hybrids, and he's working on a truck. He realized if you can't change the world, you can at least change your world. And if you stick to something, there's no telling what you can accomplish. For me, that's pushing the plate away and making my feet walk. Sticking with the diet and moving. Like he says, he's not crazy, he's just trying to change the world. Anyway, I thought it was an interesting story, so I thought I'd share that with you guys. Anyway, I gotta go to the park and we go for a walk. Take care.